microchipped. And that stuff's great for the cats and the cat caretakers, but there's always some bureaucracy that you have to skirt around, because if you microchip the cat now, you're responsible for the cat. So if the cat's out, So a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid to let people know that they are caring for these cats, because they've got neighbors that don't agree with it, or they're, getting calls from animal services. So when I lived in Virginia, I was going up to Richmond like every month. They were trying to do some legislation in favor of the community cats, and it was really difficult. It's a difficult thing, but we just keep plugging along, and, it's like the starfish, if you save one, it means something to that one,
Right. Well, that's one thing I've heard also regarding people keeping it a secret, basically, where they feed their cats, and not letting other people know, because there are other people out there that don't want them. But isn't there something to say about the community cats in helping I don't know if the right word is the ecosystem or just the environment, by keeping the rodent population down or something? Isn't there something to say in the positive about that?
Yeah, there is. Actually, Cat Depot has a barn program. So they have working cats that they place, and they work closely with animal services. So they'll get them fixed, and then they'll find somebody who has a need for a cat or two or three. And then there's a procedure to set these cats up in that location, because you can't just let them loose and assume they know what's going on. You have to kennel them for a period of time so they start to understand what their environment is. So it does take a little bit of time. Chicago had a really great program for it as well, with the treehouse, with working cats. So, I'm definitely seeing trends in favor of helping community cats. There's a lot of people who say that they're horrible for the ecosystem. They do kill a lot of things, and they don't necessarily kill to eat. They will kill for amusement.
Okay.
So that is one of the things. But I feel that the best thing you can do is to be open, and I don't know if it's transparency or not, but let people know that, I know they're here, you know they're here. We're going to try to help them, and by helping them, we're going to alleviate some of the problems. So we're going to pick up after the messes. We're not going to leave the food bowls out so the other animals come, because you'll get raccoons, you'll get possums, you'll get foxes, you'll get everything. So having, a system, you can't be lazy about it. You have to go out there at a certain time and feed them, and then pick everything up. And I think that's where people get into trouble, is they either don't know how to do it properly, or they're too busy, or there's other issues. I know that a lot of you've heard of the crazy cat lady, right? And but it's documented that, there are people that have an animal mental illness, and they think that they can help all these animals, but they can't. They're not doing them a service.
No, sadly, I just heard somebody sent me a link to a situation out in Arcadia that some woman is in way over her head, and she said she's burying more cats than she's helping, and I thought, oh my gosh, so I tried to give them as much information as I could. I don't know where it stands at the moment, but I think that may, sometimes people start out with good intentions, but if they're not financially able or know, where to get help, it can become a big problem real fast with these kids.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
cats.
It can. And Arcadia, actually, we've got a lot of people out there trapping. But we've had some kittens that, have come in to go up for adoption. And we test all the kittens for FIV and FELV. Are you familiar with those terms?
Yeah.
And so we've had some leukemia kitties pop up out of Arcadia. And so we've been trying to narrow down where they are, because we just want to educate that person and say, hey, you do have leukemia cats. So they are more at risk, and they do die sooner. So you need to be. You want to be on the TV? You want to be on the phone? Kitten wants it. And so, like I said, it's just educating people. There's a lot of resources out there. There's a lot of ways to help cats that isn't going to break the bank. But, you know, it just takes a community to do it. I have a Facebook page in Virginia called Hampton Roads Community Cat Caretakers. It's got about 1,600 people on it now. Mm-hmm. And I would love to see that down here in the Sarasota area where people can network and connect and help each other.
Yeah.
And so, you know, hopefully we'll get that launched sometime in the next year.
Yeah. So just real quick, because we've only got about 5 minutes left, could you offer some suggestions for somebody like this particular woman? You know, where could they look for help? Who would they contact for help? You know, how do they go about it?
So this is for just found kittens, you mean? Or for people that have
like
community
if
cats?
somebody... Yeah, either. Like, say, you know, they found a colony. I don't know. Do you just find a colony? I don't know. Found a bunch of cats with a bunch of kittens, you know, and they want to get them spayed or neutered or something like that.
Right.
Tell me
what they
should do.
With contacting someone like the Feline Friends of Southwest Florida, because they're going to have all the resources of knowledge. They're going to know, you know, where are the grants right now, who's paying, you know, who's doing free spay and neuter, because there's a lot of money being put out grant-wise to help this.
Okay.
And so a lot of cats are being fixed through ARC over off Palmer. And then there's a few vets in the area, too, that, you know, help out with some low-cost spay and neuters. I know we use Bay Road and Palmer Ranch. So just giving shouts out to some of our helpers.
Yeah, Palmer Ranch just took us on, which was great because I didn't have anybody in that direction. So because many times we have either found cats or dogs that we cannot find their owners. And so we spay and neuter and give them shots and microchip them too. So it's always good to hear about these people and give them a shout out because we do appreciate it. Yeah,
I think, you know, I Facebook seems like it's old school to some people, but it seems like a lot of the people that are in the cat welfare community do utilize Facebook and stuff. So that's certainly a good place to start because most of these places don't have a building to go to. So if you get on Facebook, you know, you can usually find, and even just to Google cat community cats or something like that. Or, you know, the best thing is to go to Alley Cat Allies because they do keep a national database of all the groups. And you do have to put yourself on it, but if you want to be able to be contacted, Alley Cat Allies can always direct you in the right way. And they are a valuable resource to how to maintain a community of cats.
Okay.
And they show you how to trap. They show you everything. They have videos, you know, what's the best way to tame a semi-feral kitten. I laugh. I get these little 2-pounders in that think they're going to just eat me. And I'm like, kisses get kisses. Do you not know that?
Well, Criss, thank you so much for being with me today. And if you just want to take a little minute here and tell everybody how they could look up your Comfy Claws Cat Care organization or get in touch with you.
Yeah, so I do have a website. It's not hugely a lot on it, but it can get you in contact with me. It is just comfyclawscatcare.com, or you can look up Comfy Claws Cat Care on Facebook. So I'm on there. I'm also on Yelp.
Okay.
And yeah, so basically, you know, I help people out. You know, a lot of it's just nail trimming. My thing is still shelter. My mind is still in the shelter. I want to keep cats in homes, and any way that I can do that. You know, I do have a lot of seniors, so, you know, keeping those nails short is great for people with thin skin. But I have some other things that are different. I'm going to meet someone this Friday. She has a cat that had a traumatic injury and needs to have her bladder expressed every day. And so she wants someone to come and do that for her. But, you know, a lot of people would just say, oh, put the cat down because, you know, this is ridiculous. But, you know, it's part of your family. And so... you know, you find a way to make it work.
Yeah, and I got in touch with you because I met Melissa who has a business where she goes around and helps people in the home too, doing certain things like that. And I think that's great, you know, especially in these times when you can't always get out and about and you need help. It's nice to know that people like you and Melissa are around to help. So thanks again for being with us, Criss. I really appreciate it. I learned some good things today, and I hope those people listening also did. And I hope that they'll be able to help more kittens and cats because of what you told them today.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to foster any kittens, I got plenty.
All right. All right.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. So remember, everybody, that a lost pet can't tell anyone where it lives, so please be sure they are microchipped and wearing their ID tags. And if they are chipped, be sure the chip is registered and up to date. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, take care and keep your pets safe.